get you straight. It's about as straight as you're going to get. Okay, hi everyone, Tammy here. How are y'all doing? It's Friday, and I get off early today. Let me get all straightened up. I get off early on Fridays, and so I get to do a few things that I don't normally get to do. So I get to come have lunch with my little boy, and I went to Dollar Tree. I stopped by this thrift store. So now I'm waiting to pick him up, and I get here early. Otherwise, the elementary school line to pick him up gets insanely long. So while I'm sitting here, I filmed a video the other night, and I uploaded it, and I tried to lighten it up, but it was just really, really dark there at the end where you just kind of barely seen me. So I kind of wanted to go back over the things that I was talking to you guys about that. Happy New Year, if I haven't said it to you yet. And starting this new year, I have a lot of things, in my mind that I want to do. And I'm not so much on the New Year's resolution, because I just feel like, it's just one of those things you do because you're supposed to do it. And it's great if you, do some of the things on there, but if you don't really have anything to hold you accountable. So I kind of got away from it actually for a little while. And then last year I was watching a video. I watched several videos throughout the year, and the one that really stuck with me is by the very lovely Miss Melanie over at Living Luxuriously for Less. I love her channel. She is just wonderful, and this particular video really stuck with me. And then again this year, she's doing it again, and she even has some products that you can purchase off of Etsy to kind of help you get going, which is really great. So what really stood out with me with her video and about, beginning the new year is goals and visions. Not so much of resolutions, but goals and visions. And she talks about vision boards. You see lots of videos of vision boards, and that's great so that you have something physical and visual to sit in front of you of these are things in my life I'd like to see a change. But taking it further into a vision book, a goal and vision book, a binder, and really breaking it down. And she talks about that in her video last year, and then she's already got a couple of videos up this year. So I'm not a guru in this at all. I'm in the learning stages. But I wanted to share this with you because this is a path that I'm going to try to take, and I'm going to try to share with you some of the things that I'm doing this year, since it's the beginning of the year, and we're looking forward at things we want to accomplish and how we want to change. And one of the things that I used to do that I kind of got away from on here was my Power of Prayer videos, where I talk to you about God and about scriptures that mean something to me, that stand out to me, that I use, that I pray with, that I talk to God with, and how I do all that. And I haven't done one of those videos in a while. I still continue to pray every day, multiple times a day. God and I have lots of conversations. And I actually filmed a couple of videos, but I just never really posted them. So I may go back and do that. So one of the things this year is I want to really get back. I want to strengthen my spiritual walk with God. And I am a Christian woman. I don't hide that. If it's not something you want to hear about, I wish you would. I really wish you would stop and listen, because God has done some amazing things in my life for me, continues to help me every single solitary day, and I would really like to share that with you. I'm not on TV. I'm not someone in a very wealthy status with, all of these things and material things and money and status and going, hey, look what he did for me. I'm an every ordinary day person, and I can tell you the wonderful things that he's done for me and how he's changed my life and what my walk with God is, and just to share that with you, and maybe it will help you. So that is, just that's that. But I was, you know, doing those, and I really want to get back into that. And so that's one of my goals. And so now I've got to take that and put it, you know, break it down. And talking about that, talking about God, and I was thinking about that a lot last week because I watched Miss Melanie's video, and I'll share more with you on, you know, goals and visions and breaking them down. People are starting to show up. I'll make sure my kid wasn't getting here. I'll share more with that on you on the different areas, not just the spiritual walk, but also the different areas. But that was the first one that came to my mind of, you know, this is the big one. This is the one up front for me. I really want to strengthen, you know, my connection with God, and I really want to be able to share that with you, and break it down in a way that maybe it will help you. So I'd been watching, you know, I'd watched Miss Melanie's video, Living Luxurious for Your Less. I'll try to link her video below. I'm not affiliated with her. I just love her videos. She's really helped me a lot. She's very inspirational to me on you know, lots of areas. And so check her out if you hadn't had a chance to. I'm sure you guys already watch her. She's wonderful. But if you're wanting help with, you know, visions and goals, she is definitely one of the big gurus to go to on that. So yeah, so I'm not going to piggyback on her videos and show you what she's doing and how I'm doing it. I'm going to just talk to you about these are things that I'm doing, and I'm kind of taking some of the things she's saying and I'm applying it, and this is how it's working for me. So, and hopefully that, you know, she don't mind. But getting back to the walk with God, I really had been going through this and picked up some things, really started working on things, different areas of organizing and planning and goals and all this stuff. And so Sunday I knew I wanted to get up, wanted to go to church, could start the year off, going to go to church. And I'm going to tell you, the devil really stepped in. When you start building a closer bond with God and living your life spiritually for Him, you're going to see the devil step in and really try to throw a wrench into your life and really try to do everything he can to separate you from God. So that really was trying to happen this past Sunday. So one, I fell asleep early and on Saturday night, and I forgot to set my alarm so that I could get up early for Sunday for church. So I didn't get up as early as I wanted to, but I still had time for everybody to get up, throw something on, and make it to church. I did not have time to feed anybody. So they're already, you know, I didn't have time to give anybody anything for breakfast. I grabbed some Cliff Bars, told them to eat them on the way. So that was one. You know, got up late, didn't have time to fix everybody breakfast like I normally would on Sundays. I would get up, I would fix a nice big breakfast for everybody. We would eat, and then we would be on our way. Didn't happen. So we're really close to church. We're only about 10 minutes away, so it's not so bad. And so we get there. The parking lot is empty. There's like just a handful of cars. And so I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, okay, it's Sunday. It's 9 o'clock. Where's everybody at? So on the digital board out front, it said that church was starting an hour later. So I had a whole hour, right? At least 45 minutes, you know, so that I could, you know, come back and find a parking spot and find a seat. But, yeah. So tell me, how easy would it have been for us to just go home? And then to get caught up, take your shoes off, you know, get comfortable, start the laundry, you know, all this stuff. Or I needed to go to the grocery store. I did go to the grocery store that afternoon. It would have been so easy for me to go, you know what, let's just go to the grocery store, get my groceries. Let's get the stuff out of the way that I have to do today. We'll just go next week. That would have been so easy. We really hadn't eaten, so my youngest wanted McDonald's. I really was thinking seriously about a cafe or an IHOP or something. That would have taken a lot more time, and we probably would have missed church then too. So instead, we go to McDonald's. So we go in there. If you're on my Instagram, I posted my coffee and my oatmeal and sit down to eat. And so the next attempt to try to keep me from going to church, my youngest spilt his little chocolate milk jug on him, all over his clothes. And you know when you spill something, how when it hits you, you kind of instantly kind of jump up? Okay, that reflex didn't happen with him. He kind of sat there, and it literally poured all over him. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so now we need to go home to change his clothes, or we need to go to Walmart's, the closest store that would be open right now, to go get him something. And he just happened to have on these fleece pants that he had gotten for Christmas. And they actually, it kind of repelled the milk. It didn't like soak in. So we went to the restroom, we got some wet paper towels, and we wiped off the milk so it wouldn't be sticky. And he really wasn't that wet. He's like, Mom, it's okay, I'm fine. So we put him under the hand dryer. I have a story about my oldest and a hand dryer. I'll tell you another time. But yeah, we put him in a hand dryer and dry him out, so he's actually fine. So we ended up making it to church. Finally, after all this in the way, we made it to church. Still had to park in the back of the parking lot because by now everybody showed up. I think everybody showed up early too. So yeah, so we get to church. Well, when I get into church, no more catastrophes, but I think one of the really strong reasons why the devil is really trying to push me away was this message really, really helped me. And all of this kind of ties in together here. So the preacher was not there that Sunday. Didn't know it. He didn't tell us ahead of time. And he had a guest speaker. And it just so happened to be someone that was a member of our church a while ago. And he got his job moved. He got transferred. And he had to move away. But this had been his church home for many, many years. His kids grew up here, and they still come back to visit when they can. And I can't remember his name at all, but I will try to put a link into my church, and they videotape these sermons. And I'll try to link it below, or at least give you the website for the church and tell you how to find the sermon, because it should be up. So I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. If I can remember it, I'll put that down there as well. He works for, I think, Brinker's. And Brinker's is a company that, the sun's getting me. It's kind of weird. Brinker's is a company that owns Maggiano's Italian restaurant and also Chili's. And he's really high up within that company. He is something in personnel. I can't remember what the name he said of his job title was, but he's in personnel, and he does like personal training. He's also done seminars like for public. He's written a couple of books, and his specialty is goals and visions. Okay. And he's talking about this at church on Sunday. And he's making jokes about how the preacher's watching on live stream, because I do live stream for my church as well. And, getting freaked out because we haven't opened the Bible yet. But he actually took goals in planning and organizing your life and tied it all back into God. And it was amazing. You guys know I love little spirals and notebooks and paper and stationery. I love all that stuff. Well, I've got one in my Bible. And so I took pages and pages of notes. I wrote everything down I possibly can. And actually, I'm going to go back and sit down and watch a sermon myself at home so that I can catch some things that I know I missed. And so he's talking about goal planning. And it did remind me a lot of some of the things I had learned from Miss Melanie's channel and just some other various videos and websites that I'd really been looking at to try to really get better at this in my life. Because I don't want to just say, I want to have a stronger spiritual life with God. I want to lose weight. I want to save money. I want to this, that. I want to be able to go, this is what I want to do. This is why I want to do it. This is something that motivates me about it. This is how I'm going to achieve it. And these are the building blocks of the ways that I'm going to measure that I'm actually getting there. And to actually have it all down, encased in kind of something that I can open up and go, okay, this is where we are. So that's what I'm working on. Just barely getting there, getting started, learning all this myself. So I kind of want to share with you guys as I go along, some of the things that are my goals and visions that I have for myself, for my channel, for my family, and how I'm going about doing it, and what's working for me. And like I said, by no means, I'm no kind of guru at this. There are plenty of people that are. I don't mind sharing with you the people that I'm watching, that I'm listening to, that are kind of helping me and giving me ideas. And so that's one of the things that I want to share with you. So not only the visions and goals, but also the stronger walk with God. But I mean, there's so many other things too that are just in my head that I've got to get down. So, yeah, that's just one of the things that I want to talk to you about. So one, we're going to get back to talking about God. Two, your walk with God. The devil's going to step in and really try to throw a wrench and really try to do what he can to separate you from God. And that means things like starting church an hour later, you know, and you not knowing it, and your son spilling chocolate milk on himself at the table. But that was a sermon that I really needed to hear. It really made me feel like, because I've been praying about different things in my life that I needed help with. And I really felt like that was God going, okay, girl, you want to know how to do it? This man's going to start you on the right path. Listen to what he has to say. So God puts those people in your life, and it's recognizing those things, those big things that you're praying for, and also those little things. And you see all over Pinterest and everywhere of different things that people do. And I have this beautiful little white jar that I won from a giveaway from, I believe, Miss Very Carey. And it is a beautiful white jar, and I will show it to you guys, or I'll try to insert a picture if I can. And it is a blessings jar. It's so pretty. And so we are using that this year. So we are starting here at the beginning of January, and the blessings that happen to us, from the little ones to, you know, to the great big ones, to, you know, and we're going to write them down. It comes with little, beautiful little note cards that you write it down on. And so we're going to write down these blessings that as we go throughout the year, and me and my family, you know, and small things. My husband went out of the country, and he had some issues making it back, but he made it back safe and sound. So that's one of the blessings that we're going to write down on our little card. And like I said, it's recognizing those small things that God helps you with, not just the big, huge things. So that way we can sit down next year at the end of the year around Christmas, and we can dump out all of our blessings, and we can go back over and remember all the wonderful things that God did for us. And you don't have to have a blessings jar. You can just have a vase the flowers came in. You can just have a mason jar. You can just get one of these gorgeous, cute little $1 baskets from the Dollar Tree. You know, it can be anything. So I encourage you to do that, because I'm really excited to do that this year too. So it is about time for my son to actually get out of school, so I should probably turn around and make sure that he's not over here waiting for me. So I wanted to share this with you. It's more kind of a vlog and chit-chat, and we're going to get more into it. I have a video of when I went grocery shopping, and then I also show you of how one of the things I'm doing is to help me with finances, you know, and also with weight loss, is to meal plan. So I show you the things that I bought at the grocery store, and then I show you my meal plan afterwards of how I'm going to use these things. So I'm going to put that video up too. I've just really ran out of time this week with trying to edit and get things posted. So I'm going to really try to get better at regularly posting something. At least try to get something up once a week for you guys. I'd love to do it more. The weekends are really when I have time to sit and actually try to film. And then the beginning of the week is when I try to edit it and post it and get it up. So I'm going to try to get more on a schedule with that. So more to come. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you had an absolutely wonderful holiday, and I will see you guys in the next video. Remember to stop and thank God for today, because it truly is a gift. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.